So we've defined this motherboard has failed using a test power supply. Power supply did not fix it or get it going. So I'm going to get this thing out of the way. This old 7 or 8 year old HP. We're going to revisit that and get the data after we set up this new HP here. Let's see what he got. So I don't even know exactly what he got. That's why I give a price point to someone who doesn't care about the numbers. Just spend this and I know what he's going to get, what he needs to function properly. All right, let's see. What do I use to open this box? What tools do I have to open this box? I don't have a razor blade, actual full-size razor blade. Let's see what I got here. Here, we got a screw. All right, let's open this box. This is an HP. Did he say he went to Best Buy? Yeah, it says Best Buy on the box. Let's see what hardware he bought. All right, box is open. So for those who don't know, when you buy a new computer, you generally get a new keyboard. He has the choice of keeping it or not. Most people, they tend to like the way their original keyboard feels, so that keyboard probably retails for $10 or $12. Power cable. Don't need that for now anyway. Put this down so I don't drop it. Windows 11. Alright, good. And here we go. It is an HP from Best Buy. First thing I like to do, looks like these got HDMI and VGA as an option for video. First thing I'm going to do is power this up and put Windows 11 on it. Let's see, where are my memory sticks? They might all be in the car. Let's see here. What did I do with my copies of Windows? There they are. So I'm going to plug in the HDMI. I'm going to plug in a keyboard. Then I'm going to plug in our 8 gig stick with Windows 11 on it. I'm going to plug in a mouse, or in my case a trackpad, trackball I should say. Saves on desk space. Let's get this over here. Memory stick goes there. I do this pretty much to all new computers that come through the door. Brand new copy of Windows gets rid of all the retail crap that HP thinks that you should have. It's also the reason you paid 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 or $50 less. So you got free trial versions of Norton, McAfee, Dropbox, all that free crap just gets in your machine and slows you down. And if you're not a tech enthusiast, you're not going to, one, notice, or two, care enough to wonder if removing it's going to make it a better performance. So we're going to plug in the machine. Power. And we're going to turn this on. Is it on? Did it turn on? Ah, yes. Good. Let's see how well you can see. Get this box out of the way. Yes, you can see. Good. Let's see about making this a slightly more commodious experience. There's our Windows 11. There we go. Cables are a little bound up there. I gotta figure out a new place to put this camera. So, on entry, first thing you're asked when you turn on a computer is this the right country or region? We're going to turn this off. We're just gonna, let's just turn this off. Hold the power button for 5 seconds, that'll force it all the way off. In this case, good, there. Okay, so what key is it for HP? Probably F10, 11, or 12. Let's turn it on. Smack those F keys until we get to the boot key. So basically we want to boot off of the, it wasn't all the way on. Off, I mean. Turn that off. Hold it, 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 hold it. Unplug it. Try this again. Shoot, stupid. You know what? We're just gonna, rather than spend a half hour on Google trying to figure out what F key opens this HP to the BIOS. Oh, you know what? I don't want to do all that setup. We'll just do it. Skip. Okay, so we're going to pretend we have an Ethernet connection. In fact, we do, but we're only going to go temporary so we can get a local account. This is a fairly well-known bug. I think it's a feature. I think Microsoft knew that certain people are just going to insist on a local account. So this was a backdoor. Everyone knows about it. Let's see here. Where is that Ethernet cable? Right here. We're going to plug in the Ethernet. Oh, the cable is a little short today. We're going to pretend to give it Ethernet for, well, we will give it Ethernet for 2 seconds until it says it's connected. There. And now we're going to get rid of it. And now it's going to give us an option to do a local only account. Hey Tates, you stink. You went rolling around in the fish guts, didn't you? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you like that, huh? You stinker. Checking for updates. It's not actually checking for updates because I've just eliminated its Ethernet connection. This is the home edition of Windows 11. I'm just going to restart and tell it to boot off the USB stick. In fact, while I'm sitting here looking like a goofball, I may as well Google what the F key is to get into the boot for these HPs. Let's Google it. HP boot. Press escape or F9. So we could have done that. We're going to pretend we read the EULA that says hello world. So it's going to go HP create a super memorable I like how Microsoft says create a super memorable password. Technically, if it's easy to remember, it's probably not a good one. Except no. Okay, cool. So that was all that HP jargon we're going to avoid. Again, this is how I set up most of my brand new spanking new computers. So apparently F9 or the escape key will allow me to boot off of my 8 gig memory stick that has a copy of Windows 11. And then I'll just reinstall Windows minus all the HP crap that HP got paid for so that they could give you a discounted piece of hardware. This might take a few minutes. I'm just just reading what's on the screen. Tater, are you bored? Almost there. I think this might take a few minutes. This is real time, unedited, pulling an HP out of the box. Let's see what the specs are on this thing. Let's see. Say the specs on the outside. Just says it's an NV desktop TE01-3244 PC with Windows 11. Yeah, it doesn't tell us the tech specs on the outside of the box. Oh wait, yes it does on the other side. Good. 1 terabyte SSD, 12 gigs of RAM with a Core i5 12400 processor. That's why I give people a price point to go for it, because these numbers, they either intimidate or people glaze over them. So there's no point in me being the enthusiast shoving those numbers in front of someone who just wants their car to go forward. Just spend an amount of money that I tell you, and that's the hardware you're going to get that I recommend. 1-year warranty. There we go, we're at the desktop. Okay, so we're going to restart, and when we restart, we're going to smash, what was it, F9 or escape. Let's try this. So I'm restarting the machine so I can boot to my USB stick that has Windows 11 on it. We'll reinstall Windows 11 minus all the crap that comes with HP. It'll make it a more reliable experience, it'll make it a faster experience, it'll make it a less cumbersome experience. Restarting. Alright, F9 escape. Let's see what gets us to our boot. There, good. So, now we have the choice to boot from our SanDisk memory stick with Windows 11. You licking your balls, Tater? Yes. Alrighty. So this delay is totally normal. I'm fairly confident it sees my memory stick with Windows 11. Another 5 or 10 seconds, it'll give me an option to say next, continue, pretend I read that EULA like a rock star lawyer. Then I'll hit X and continue one more time. And then it's going to be partition your hard drive, or in this case it's a 1 terabyte SSD. Here we go. Okay, English, yes, next, left click, install now. Let's see if it sees the drive without me toggling the UEFI legacy mode. Be a minimalist and you'll have a more reliable experience. This is installing Windows 11 and nothing but Windows 11. Click accept. We read the EULA from Microsoft. We're going to do custom. And look at that. So at this point it does not see the hardware. So the SSD needs a special driver. Not really a special driver, but we need to turn the software RAID off in the BIOS. So again, we're going to reboot. Hit either the F11, I'm sorry, the F9 or the escape key. So, I'm sorry, was it the F9 or what was the other one? Yeah, F9. Yeah, F9 or escape. So we're going to turn this off. I'm going to turn it back on. I'm going to do F9. And I have to toggle the boot mode on the SSD. Good. So now let's go to well, that's just the boot code. How do I get into the actual BIOS here? F10, got it. All right. Let's try this. F10. So F9 for boot, F10 for BIOS. There we go, F10. Okay, so now I gotta figure out boot options. Go to the boot manager. Let's go to configuration. Rapid storage technology. Non-RAID physical disks. Good. How do I change that driver? There's our security. Escape. How do I get it out of it's stuck on software RAID. No options for configuration. Main. Escape. Let's see if this does it. So now we'll do F9 again. Or F10. What is it? Oh. Oh, HP. Come on. So HP is asking me to type a secure 4 digits to confirm I did this on purpose. 7046. Come on. 7046. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to do F9 to boot off of this memory stick. Software RAID will tell the driver not to show itself. So the drive in the utility to boot Windows won't show the drive. You have to disable that. That's one of the bigger issues I don't like with HP. You don't have as many options in the BIOS. Okay, we're going to go next. Install. Let's see if it sees the drive this time. It's still not seeing, you know what? Let's do this. Still not seeing the drive. Am I gonna have to go get the special driver? for this Windows 11. Okay, security, configuration. Well, that's annoying. Okay, so I'm going to have to go get configuration. Yeah, there's really nothing to. There's nothing to configure in the configuration. You're stuck with the hardware. Security. Main. Yeah, the BIOS. Seven two six nine. All right, I'm going to have to find the driver for this machine. I have to toggle some settings. 0481. Enter. So we're not going to boot off this memory stick. I'm going to go into the system, get online, go find the SSD driver, and go from there. Windows 11 booting. Factory image. I wonder if there's a folder in the root of C that just has the driver waiting for me. Sometimes I get lucky. Okay. Ooh, the wallpaper looks different. Okay, let's see if HP. Nope, they don't have any A, B, C, D. I'm not seeing any HP. Let's try. Okay, we're just going to go online. Ethernet's plugged in. So I'm going to have to go find the driver for the PCI SSD. So I can do a fresh copy of Windows. Okay, so I'm going to go HP auto detect. So I'm going straight to HP's website and doing an auto detect for this particular model, so I can do a search for the driver. Software and drivers. desktop, HP detect. Okay, so we have a working machine. It's giving me a warning that it's going to scan the hardware. It's going to figure out exactly what hardware this is, and then I'm going to have a drop-down menu that gives me a chance to download the driver for the SSD. I have some drivers for other more common hardware like Dell and Lenovo, but I'm usually able to cajole people into not going with HP. There's certain issues I don't like with HP, but this customer brought me an HP and I didn't want to badmouth them, so there we go. Okay, so now, oh, that's interesting. Their HP website. We were unable to find drivers for your product. Okay, so their website is antiquated. Their auto detect did not recognize Windows 11, despite the fact that it shipped with Windows 11. So now it's giving me the option. Choose different OS. Windows 11. Ah, there we are. I was able to manually check Windows 11, and now let's see what happens. This is the Windows HP, the HP website from Microsoft Windows for this exact hardware. It's an HP Envy desktop PC. There we are. TPE01-3000i. Okay, so what we need is there, the RST driver. We're going to download that. No thanks. Okay, so it's asking us if we want to use the installer so that it can automatically install the driver, but we don't want that. So we're going to download the driver manually, and there it is. Oh, it's an executable. That's annoying. So again, another reason I don't like HP. I have to physically extract the driver I need from an executable, which means I need a working machine to get the driver. So I can manually drag it onto a USB stick, plug it into the machine, see the SSD drive, and then install Windows. Don't buy an HP. Alright, does not make my job any easier. Okay, good. So it's telling me right now, don't change this directory. I can already tell you there's a bug. If you try to change this directory, you're going to crash the executable. Where it's going to drop it is in a folder called the root of C, and then SW setup, and then /SB136370 for this exact executable. We're going to hit next, and that should be done. So now I'm going to go back to this PC, and there's our SW setup, and those are our drivers. So I'm going to copy these, show more options because it's Windows 11, copy. I'm going to copy it into HP SSD driver, new folder, HP SSD driver, paste it, okay, now hopefully, if I restart this machine, I'm going to hold the power button and the shift key. Hold that shift key so I can boot off of the memory stick. try this again. Still rebooting. Almost there. I didn't ask it to reboot like that. Oh, yes, I did. Good. You hold the shift key when you reboot. Gives you the options to do certain repairs. We're going to go to USB boot. Choose a device. Now we're going to go to UEFI SanDisk. Now it's going to boot off of our memory stick with Windows 11. Better camera angles coming soon. I think I'm going to get a shelf right here so I can put either this camera or another camera just like it right here so you can see from multiple angles. Tight budget. Second camera comes later. Gotta pay the bills first. And my other camera finally failed. Okay, good. So now Windows bootloader is coming up. Here we go. Install now. Okay, let's see if we can get this to see the drive. We're going to do custom, and of course it does not see the driver, so we're going to go browse. We're going to go to our USB stick. We're going to go to HP SSD. All right, and we're going to go. Got it. Nope, that didn't do it. Browse. HP SSD driver. Ah, got it. Okay, here's our RST driver. We're going to do the RST-BMD controller 467F. Next. Hopefully this works. Oh, it might not be that driver. It's kind of hanging out. Oh, no, that worked. Okay, good. Now I see all our partitions. We're going to delete them all, start over. Delete, delete. Again, the factory restore partition that comes with all machines is junk. It comes with all the retail stuff. Don't take your trailer camping if you don't need a trailer to go to the grocery store. Okay, now I've just created a new partition. We're installing Windows. Hurry up and wait for another 5 to 15 minutes. That's pretty much it. I'm going to take off. I may be back later. See ya.